Hold on to your seats, folks, because we're about to take a deep dive into the economic miracle that is Nigeria. This isn't your typical story about Africa. Forget the poverty, forget the conflict. This is about a nation booming, bursting at the seams with potential, and ready to rewrite its economic destiny. 1. Largest economy in Africa. Forget South Africa, forget Egypt. Nigeria is now the undisputed economic kingpin of Africa. Nigeria has surpassed South Africa as the largest economy in Africa, with a nominal GDP of $489.80 billion 2023. This status was achieved in 2022, solidifying Nigeria's economic leadership on the continent. 2. Expanding non-oil sectors. But don't be fooled by the black gold. Nigeria's economy is way beyond just oil. Between 2010 and 2020, the non-oil sector grew by an average of 5.5%, exceeding the growth rate of the oil sector, 2.3%. This diversification is expected to continue, with non-oil sectors contributing 80% of GDP by 2030. 3. Emerging market status. Just a few years ago, Nigeria was considered a low-income country. But look at them now! Nigeria transitioned from a low-income to a lower-middle-income country in 2020. This achievement is attributed to sustained economic growth and poverty reduction efforts. 4. Growing tech industry. Forget Hollywood. Nigeria is spawning tech giants like never before. From Flutterwave to Andela, these startups are taking the world by storm, creating jobs and proving that innovation knows no bounds. Nigeria's tech industry has received over $1 billion in venture capital funding since 2015. This sector employs over 1 million people and contributes 3% to GDP. 5. Telecommunications boom. Imagine a country where almost everyone has a phone. That's Nigeria! Mobile phone penetration in Nigeria has reached 110%, exceeding the global average of 99%, 2023. His connectivity boom has driven economic growth and social development. 6. Increasing foreign direct investment. The world is taking notice of Nigeria's economic potential. Nigeria attracted $194 billion in FDI in the first half of 2023, a 15% increase from the same period in 2022. This investment is focused on sectors like technology, manufacturing, and agriculture. 7. Development of infrastructure. Nigeria isn't just talking, they're building. The Nigerian government has invested over $50 billion in infrastructure development projects since 2015. These projects include new airports, roads, bridges, and power plants. 8. Growth in manufacturing. Forget relying on imports. Nigeria is becoming a manufacturing powerhouse. The manufacturing sector has grown by an average of 4% annually since 2016. 2. This growth is driven by government policies, increased demand for locally produced goods, and improved infrastructure. 9. Emerging entrepreneurial spirit. Nigerians are known for their hustle, their spirit of entrepreneurship. Nigeria has the highest rate of entrepreneurship in Africa, with over 40% of adults involved in entrepreneurial activity. This entrepreneurial spirit drives economic dynamism and creates jobs. 10. Improved access to financial services. In Nigeria, even the unbanked are getting banked. The number of Nigerians with a bank account has increased from 35% to 55% between 2015 and 2023. 2. This growth is facilitated by mobile banking and fintech solutions. 11. Investments in education and healthcare. Get ready for the next big consumer boom. The Nigerian government has increased its budget allocation for education and healthcare by 25% since 2015. This investment aims to improve human capital and drive long-term economic growth. 12. Growing middle class. Nigeria isn't going it alone. They're playing the regional game. The Nigerian middle class is expected to reach 100 million people by 2030. This expanding consumer base will drive demand for goods and services. 13. Active participation in regional trade agreements. Nigeria is a member of ECOWAS and the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. These trade agreements facilitate cross-border trade and regional economic integration. 14. Government initiatives. The Nigerian government has implemented various initiatives to support economic growth, including tax reforms, ease of doing business reforms, and targeted investments in strategic sectors. These initiatives aim to attract investment, create jobs, and reduce poverty. 15. Resilient economy. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Nigeria has faced its fair share of challenges. The Nigerian economy has shown resilience in the face of global economic shocks and internal challenges. This resilience is attributed to the diversification of the economy and the government's commitment to economic reform. In comparisons, Nigeria's economic growth rate, 3.3% in 2023, is higher than the average for sub-Saharan Africa, 2.5%. However, Nigeria's GDP per capita, 120, is still lower than the average for upper middle-income countries, 126. Nigeria's economy is experiencing significant growth and diversification. While challenges remain, the country's positive economic trajectory and potential are undeniable. By continuing to address key challenges and capitalize on its strengths, Nigeria has the potential to become a major player in the global economy.